Steam stream. Can you hear me? There should be sound coming through now. It's on my monitor. It's showing. We've got sound. You can hear me. Yes. Yep, there we go. And it's coming through on my screen. So brilliant. So only an hour and a half late are we getting to this stream. But we are here. So this is bare bones. If you guys could see the state of my old PC, having stripped everything out that I need for this, you'd be, yeah, mad. This is absolutely crazy. The chat is not working, so I just need to bring Restream up and get that activated. Yeah. Hello everybody in chat. So I'm so sorry to keep you waiting. It has been, so everybody in here, all 88 people in here at the moment, thank you very, very much for hanging around. You guys are awesome. This has not been easy. Right, let's just get this working, because Restream chose now to drop the chat, but that's okay. So I know that I know that on I know that on the other setup, the there's multi streaming. I know that Restream is showing the wrong title at the moment. So we'll just correct that for Twitch, that is. So if you're over on Twitch, hello. This is not a farming simulator stream. This is a VF running very late, staying up, and actually getting this done stream, which is what we're going for. So yeah, right. So there we go. Oh. So thank you very much, as I said, everybody, for staying here. We are going to build a new PC tonight. And to do that, we have lots of stuff. So that camera is actually in the wrong place. Completely and utterly in the wrong place. So I'm going to try and move that quickly. Let's see if we can move that across. I might just move that manually across, to be honest, because that shouldn't be showing that bit. Hopefully, that's not better. That's not better at all. Right. I'm going to turn the monitor so I can actually see it. And then you guys might actually see it as well. Right, that's better. I did have that all set up, and then I reset up all of the other bits and pieces. But yeah, so we have all of our stuff over here that we're going to be using. Whew, and yeah, we've got monitor over here, which is how I'm monitoring the stream, so I can see what you're all saying. We have over here, starting off, actually switching back to the first screen, something that we should have for every PC build, an anti-static wristband. We have that all set up, so that means that we shouldn't discharge on any of our stuff. So yeah, that should be great. And then moving back to here, the first thing we are going to do is we're going to get this big thing over here, which is the case. We want to have a look at this and get this opened and out. We're going to move the stuff out of the way. And try and empty this out without taking out everything that we have on here, which is going to be interesting, because I'm bound to hit something. Right there. All you guys can see at the moment is the text. That's what it is. These handles get stuck. So you need to make sure that you pull them out of the sides. And then, there we go. Let's chuck that off to the side. Take that off there. Take, whoa, taking the filter off the bottom there. That off there. And there we go. Why is the can better than the down to PC? I don't know. It's a good question. It could be size-wise. It could be that the face, that camera needs a little bit of adjustment. Let's have a look. Yeah, that would be. It needs a little bit of adjustment. Let's take that to the correct size, and then that works better. It could do with facing a little bit up, so I'm just going to move it. Again. There we go. That should do it. Yeah, there we go. Actually, that's too far. You can see why Linus Tech Tips has such a big setup. I'm really happy it does. We hit 100 likes before we'd even started this properly. Right, so here's the case. Just so that you guys can see it properly. It is a big one. Let's switch the other monitor actually. There we go. So there we go. Is the Be Quiet case. The reason we're starting with this is because we want to have a look at. We want to have a look at the inside and see what the cabling is like. I'd also like to try and get. Well, now I know roughly the order I've got to go. So we're going to look at the cable management on this first and see if we can sort that. So this looks like it has screws, but I'm not convinced with that. I think we've got a release mechanism here somewhere. This being a interesting looking case. No, I think we have a single screw up here at the top. I need to really have a quick thing. So I think we have a single screw here and here to take this off. So that's what we're going to start with. I would angle this camera down a bit. I think I need a different screwdriver. But you would then just see my head cut up all the time. What spec do I have? So I am building a 2700 2700X AMD Ryzen. Now, does that? Which way does this case go? See when I find there's some sort of catch at the bottom or something. No, it definitely slides off backwards. So, how does it slide off backwards? Oh, I'm getting to that age where we have to start looking at these. Now, I got it out before I started this. I did not get the manual out and have a look at actually how to take the sides off, which is always a wise thing to do. So, any information in here on how to get the sides off? Absolutely none. That is useless. Right. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the screw back in that I've just taken out, because I should have taken that screw out. Oh, man. And I'm hoping I can get it back in and I haven't immediately broken my case. I think actually, yeah, it's the smaller screws. That would be just my luck. Before I even get anywhere near the electronics, I won't forget the switch on the back of the power supply. I will basically get this wrong. Right, so, beautiful thing about this case, quick release buttons for the side panels. They come off really easily. Oh, man. Look at that. It is going to be a long night, Judy. It really is. Right, and actually, do you know what's impressive about this case straight off? Instant cable management. That is brilliant. I'm really pleased with that. So the cables are already nicely tucked out of the way. That is going to save us a world of pain later. We've got lots of bits here, so let's have a look at what's in this. Strap back on the wrist. Yeah, it will be once we start dealing with electronics. So, what do we have here? Oh, wow. So, we have a ton of screws, some Velcro straps, which is the one bit I don't have in my kit, so that's brilliant. And it looks like we also have some drive bays, or a drive bay by the looks of things. Yeah. So, we've got a drive bay as well. That looks like a 3.5-inch drive bay, which is fantastic. Otherwise, this is a fairly empty case, which worries me slightly, as I know we do have another 3.5-inch drive bay down there, or down here. So there's another one down there. That's good. This will hold up to 4 of them by the looks of things. That is fantastic. But yeah, there's no real cable management I need to do on this. The cables are all. What's that? That is just a tie. The cables are all nicely in position already, all nicely tied on already, and all running to roughly where we want them to. Yeah, right now I'm not worried. This is a lovely case. This was worth the money for it. 2 huge Be Quiet fans inside it as well. It's pity they're not sponsoring this. You know, maybe I get a Linus Tech Tip things. Hello, Kenn. I'm doing well, thank you. Why do I always wear a cap? Because without a cap, I look like that. Right. Okay. So, and plus, I look like a wreck after an hour and a half of trying to get this stream up and running. I mean, what my current PC is doing is insane in the way that we've got it running. So, next thing is that's the case. I'm happy with the case, so we're going to move that out of the way. Oops, down there. And our next thing to start looking at is this. So this is our motherboard. I'm going to switch screens for this next bit. We're going to start assembling things on that, making sure it all fits together. So once again, wrist strap on, because we're about to deal with electronics. That is inside out, which will make it useless. Right, there we go. Wrist strap on, and switching over to our screen here. What we're going to do is get this out like so. Just going to get this stuff out. We've got our back panel here, so there's the back panel for it. We've got what looks like, oh right, that's an SLI bridge. We won't be using that because I only have one video card. And some SATA cables. We won't actually be using those either, I don't think. Over here we also have the various LED settings, so we want to keep that careful. We've got drivers and everything there, and then we've got, I don't know what those are. That is not a set of mounting screws though. In fact, I have not seen any mounting screws. Do we have some mounting screws in here? Or some mounting points in here? I'm hoping so, because at the moment, I've no way to mount this motherboard to this case. So that will be interesting. User manual and various other bits. I want to be showing you that. And there we go. Right, so what we're going to do is, because it's nice and insulated, and because I learned this from Linus, we are going to... okay, cool. we are going to get our motherboard out, and we're going to get the basics set up on this. So this is a Prime X470 Pro motherboard. Move that away. Oh, very carefully, just going to put that back on there, and put that to there. There we go. That'll be better. Right, there we go. Right, we'll build it on top of this as well. That way we'll doubly protect it. Right, there we go. So this is our motherboard. This is a Prime. I'm wondering if I can just zoom in on that at all for you guys, because that would actually be more useful if I could zoom this in. So let's just bring this up, configure this, and see if we can zoom it in a bit. There we go. A little bit there we go. So there we go. So we've got our processor port here, we've got our RAM here, we've got one NVMe point there. Where's the other? Are they both there? I think they might both be there, to be honest, which would be interesting. So that's going to be interesting to mount. Of course, we've got PCI there. Fantastic, wonderful looking motherboard. So what we want to do first is we're going to open up our processor port, and then here's our processor. So this is a Ryzen 7 2700X, and it would be nice if we could get it focused. Yeah, why is it not focusing? Come on, focus. Yeah. I have no focus control on this. No, let's not autofocus. Let's see if I can. Oh, that's worse. That is about as focused as I can get it, to be honest. The only way I could focus that more would be if I actually brought the camera lower, but I can't bring the camera lower because of where it is. So apologies for that. It's not great. So here is, let's bring this closer. So there is our processor. And we're going to do this, and we'll line this up on, this is always the scary bit. So we're going to line this up on the arrows. So there's two arrow bits on here. You've got an arrow on the processor just on that corner there, which you guys can't see because we're a little bit too out of focus. And then on the motherboard there's one as well. So we're just gonna, I think that's right. Well, no, there's my arrow. Yeah, there's my arrow in that corner there. And that should just pop straight on that. And then we'll give a little bit of pressure to it, but it should just. There we go. Oh, that's always scary. Ooh. Yeah, motherboard socket has to match the PSU. This is really bugging me because I've got it on the wrong way around and it's tugging the wrong way. So there we go. So that's that on. Next thing is for us to attach our fan, and nicely the AMDs, they come with a fan. So yeah. This will do for everything up to, well, the suggestion, the recommendation is everything up to mild overclocking. Anything above that, and you want to get a custom fan. I'm not currently planning to overclock at all. Now, as Gav told me, this has these wonderful annoying clips on the side, which I have dealt with before, thankfully. I've just got to get this the right way up. So I'm going to put this on this way up, with this facing the bottom, which should be the right way to do it, I think. So that one there. I'm sure chat will be screaming at me at this point if it isn't. Where is, before I actually do this, where is my fan header? My fan header is a single one looking like that. I think that my fan header is there. Now, if that is there, or is it? It's a 4. It's a 4, and it's pump fan 1, CPU fan, and CPU optional. Okay, so we want the top one of those. So that onto there, this onto here, and always feels like you're putting too much pressure. But there we go. So that is that one. That wasn't too bad, Gav. That was fine. That went absolutely fine. Cool. Right. And so then we're going to attach the CPU fan here. Like so. It's not overly clean. I'm not 100% happy with the way that's running. So we might do a bit of cable mounting on that in a bit. But happy with that. That's pretty good. So we've got a couple of other ones here. I think this is. Oh, wow. What are those? Those must be some sort of controllers. I think that might be an RGB. RGB header one. I think this is for the RGB, this one. And this is USB. Why is that going onto a USB? This is where you should read instructions. Look, we can't wait. And do you know what's disappointed me about this more than anything else? And this really shows how middle-aged I am. There is no information whatsoever about which cable goes where at all. You know? All of that and nothing about all these cables. So, those are good. Now that would nicely go there. I don't know if. What does that say? I do have 2 bits here. I don't think the RGB is important for what we're doing, but we could put the second fan on and everything. Motherboard mask coolers, pain. Leave it for now. Okay, thank you, Richard. Yeah, it is all just RGB stuff. That's what I thought. We'll leave that at the moment. We've actually not got a window, so I'm not going to worry about the RGB. We don't need to do that. And now I need to get these bits back in. No, I put them in the wrong way around. That one is smaller. That one is bigger. And we will leave those where they are. So RGB cables out the way. We're not doing an RGB machine there because where I put it makes no difference. So we'll move that out of the way. So that is our processor mounted. Next up we have our RAM. So our RAM, we have 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. This is 300 megahertz stuff, which is fantastic. So, had to build the Minecraft server, cheapest case. It's fine, also. I'm not complaining. I'm just going, oh, hang on. Right, so we're doing alternate, because we want to take full advantage of dual channels on this. We'll be alternating these. I think I'm going to put it in 1 and I'm guessing it's 1 and 4. Anyway, I'm going to put it in 2 grey ones. So this one here, and this one here. Okay, only one end of these comes down by the looks of things. Now, RAM, very, very important. Get it the right way round. Line it up before you slot it in, and then push down. Line it up before you slot it in, yeah. Then push it down, and it will click in, like so. And then we do the same, leaving a gap. Oh, God, I've forgotten how much fun this is. There we are. Right, that's in as well. There we go. Awesome. So that is our RAM mounted on the motherboard as well. Now, looking at this, our mounting points aren't covered by our NVMe drives at all, which is absolutely fantastic, because what this means is we can mount the NVMe drives at this point as well. So, yeah. 2 and 4. Slots 2 and 4. Have I put it in 2 and 4? I'm trying to see if these are slots 2 and 4. Unfortunately, I can't easily tell, because there's no labeling on it. So, question to the chat. Slots 2 missing, 4 missing. No. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 3, 4? Is the question I have for you guys in chat, because I have no idea right at this point. I could check this. This would be a wise bit of equipment, or wise thing to test. Let's check. There we go. Slots. B1, A1. Can I remove plastic? What? This? The numbers always count going up anyway from the socket. So, yeah. So 2 and 4. Then 4 and fine. Absolutely fine. There we go. 2 and 4 is what I am in. First close to these. There we go. Which is what I tried to do, Real Magic XY. And all it did was say A1, A2, A1, B1, B2. No, B1, B2, A1, A2. Which was, yeah. Right, NVMe drives are our next thing. So we have 2 of these. Looks like they both go here by the looks of things. Now, this is the first time, I should say, this is the first time in any build I have ever put NVMe drives in. So this is something new to me. This is something that I haven't done before. So yeah, we'll see where we go from here. I really wish I could clear this picture up, because this is awful. We might have to see if I can, because if I do this, well, that might work better. Which kind of loses you guys me, but that might work better insofar as showing you the actual thing. There we go. There we are. So that's a bit clearer. You guys can see that now. So that's much better. I will see if there's some way. Oh, I know how I can get myself up. Right, I will be back in a moment. Oh. Oops. Right, this might work a bit better. So, ooh, that's a bit close. Right, switch that, configure that, reset that. Turn that. Bring it up slightly, which is not great, but will do. Ooh. And then we'll switch this one over to that camera, and where's that one go? That one over to that camera. There we go. Is that better? Does that make for a clearer There's also plastic on the motherboard. Oh, there is. Thank you, Richard. Yes, I did see this. So yeah, we've got this. So I'll turn this around so that you guys can see this. So on here, we've got plastic. So we want to take this off here. Now, is there actually on the heat sinks? There's not actually on the heat sinks, which you're saying, but there is on the actual bits on the end here. So I've got all that to remove. Not put my anti-static wristband back on. Naughty VF. Right, okay. There we go. Right. Oh, this is, yeah. Story of my life. This going this well. Right, okay. So, strap. Need to try these screws that came with the motherboard. Yes. Yeah. So there's a. Now this is where I need a pair of tweezers. Now, do I have a pair of tweezers here? I would guess. What did I do with all of my equipment? There it is. Oh, my tweezers, of course, are in the other room. So I will go and grab those and be right back. Ow. Right, here we go. So, yeah, anti-static wristband. Putting metal near a computer without an anti-static wristband on. Not a good idea. Strap! Right. Now, why put plastic down here? Now, this is just annoying, is what this is. There we go. Oh, that got it. Right, so bring this over here. Ah. Oh. But the MBS is going to need an ambulance. Pretty much, GD. Oh. Hello, Davey Devroy. Right, so I think that is all the plastic off. I can't see any. Can't see any on any of the heat sinks. Oh no, we do. We do have plastic on the heat sinks. There's a bit. That would suggest. Yeah, there's another bit. Now that is just mad. It's on the plastic. It's not on the heat sinks itself, but the bits down here, those bits had plastic on them. That's annoying. Right, so I'm going to turn it back around this way because we need to install the M.2 drives here. So that is going to be our next thing. This could be a 24-hour stream. I don't know what the time is. The time is 9 minutes past 10. Oh, wow. These are tiny. Look at the size of that. I thought these would be bigger than that. So, getting it the right way in, we need to insert it in the map. I believe that there are 2 slots here, but because the first one goes in there, where does the second one go? It might not. I'm not convinced that there are actually 2 slots at that point. Or if there are, I'm not quite sure how you get in the second slot. So again, we're going to consult this though. Be on the back of the board if you can't. Nope. I thought that there'd have been 2 different places on the board. So I am going to go and have a look. Motherboard layout. Here we go. So oh really? Right. The clue to where the other one is on the motherboard here. M.2 heatsink. So it appears that there is one under this heatsink, and we need to therefore remove this heatsink in order to place it, because I can't. Yeah, in fact, I can see it. I can see it just under the heatsink now. So, and we're going to remove that. Turn that over and use that to keep these screws. And that is why this motherboard has screws on its heatsink. There it is. Now, I take it I don't... Now, do we remove that? No, I don't think we do. There's... So, question for chat, as I've not seen this. Remove the... Thank you, Richard. The question I was about to ask to chat. Do I remove this plastic? The answer is yes. Right, so we're going to put one of our M.2s under here, which is where it belongs. And then I think we must have some sort of spacer or riser or something maybe, because... Right, now that's motherboard, that's not motherboard stuff, that is case stuff. Where is my motherboard stuff? I'm getting rather warm. Here we go. Here's motherboard stuff. And here we are. So these risers, now this is what it is. So these risers are for our M.2 bits. So we need to put both of these in. So I'll rip this open. Covers the thermal pad. Yeah, that makes sense. Right, so we'll pour these out into my makeshift plastic tray because I forgot to get one. And then this will screw into the motherboard where we need it. So looking at where this sits, we are going to need it at this point here. Because I'm an idiot, I didn't actually remember which one it was. It's this one here. So we'll mount that in there. And I'm kind of glad I didn't need these until I'd mounted the motherboard in the case, because that would not have been good. Right. That into the slot, and then we're going to screw that down. Oop. Taking care. I may need a smaller screwdriver than this one. No. So that is our first one in. And then we'll take this off the back of the heatsink. Oh, yeah. Like so. There we go. And plonk that back on there. Getting in the right place because it wants to stick by the looks of things. And then we'll add these screws back. Now that slipped off my finger, so there we There's one back in. And there is our second. Ta-da! Right, so that's the first one in. We're now going to go and do the second one. Yeah, this is actually still quite heavy. Why is that quite heavy? Because it has a Samsung booklet in it. That's why. Otherwise, that's all good and done and dusted. Let's get our second drive in at this point. Talking through this actually is helping me do it. No, it depends. Yeah, I'm very wary of I get very wary of water cooling. I wouldn't be good at creating a water cooling machine. I really wouldn't. And you guys can probably see why, to be honest. Having you know, sort of testing how I'm doing on all of this. I'm amazed at how far. Before I screw this right in, I am going to triple check that this is the right place. Because I'm willing to bet it isn't. It isn't. I put it in the wrong place. Because I am being idiotic. Right. Yeah, I'm not overclocking. I'm not planning to overclock at the moment, at the very least. Might be an upgrade for later if I find myself needing a little bit extra oomph. But to be perfectly honest, overclocking is not something again, similarly like water cooling, overclocking is not something I trust myself with. So, yeah. Hello, the star. Welcome along. I am sort of trying to read chat a little bit. It's not overly easy because obviously I'm also concentrating on building a PC. And, you know, hey-ho. Right, so that is our initial hard drives, our processor, our RAM installed in the machine. So that is actually, I think that's pretty much, that is all our new stuff. All the new stuff that we've got for this build. That is now in this. That is now in our machine. So I'm going to move all of this stuff out the way so we clear up a little bit. Before we move on to the next bit. I need to not lose those because those are the case screws for my other one. As well as the video card screw. There we go. Right, so moving this back into frame for you guys. So there we go. That is our machine built to the point, I think, where we can safely start to look at putting it into the thing. Yeah, the CPU fan is definitely connected properly. That is definitely the CPU fan slot. It's not coming off, so that's all good. I'm very tempted to just sort of pinch that there and give that a quick cable tie before we get into the case. But I might do that while we're cleaning up and doing our bits later. But yeah, at the moment, that is a good start. That actually has gone much smoother than anything else tonight. So I'm happy with that. That's good. Right. Yeah, agreed, Author. If done right, but I just don't trust myself to do it right. Right, so SLI we don't need. Now we do have this adapter. Now I'm thinking this goes on our front panel settings at the front. Yeah. So this looks like it fits on our front panel block at the bottom. It gives me Asus pin, yeah. So this goes on here, I think. If I'm right. Yeah, that should go on there. But I don't think it's actually necessary. Right, so. There we are. We'll see if that's needed in a moment. Right, so we'll move these bits out the way. There we go. Closed loop set, yeah, very handy, very useful. Right, so that is this done. Next thing I want to do is get our case back up here, and we'll start looking at connecting up the probably connecting in the PSU, which is interesting because that's what's attached to my arm. Thank you for subscribing, whoever just subscribed, because I missed that. We're gonna get our case back up here, nice big case, and see if we can get it right. We might need to adjust this again. I'll bring it a bit closer, bring it a bit higher, and bring it a bit over maybe. There we go. Right, and then you guys can see into the case, which will be useful because we're going to be doing stuff in the case. Right, so look at this. Wonderful thing about this Be Quiet case is it is completely empty. So very, very empty. Now, the nice thing is, I'm looking in here, and I'll see if I can show you guys this. It has the mounting points already screwed in. So we need to double check that our motherboard has the same mounting points as we already have in this case. So the easiest way for us to do that is just to count them. So we're going to get our motherboard here and bring it over here. So I've got 1, 2, 3 across the bottom, 1, 2, 3 across the bottom. I've got a 4th, a 5th, and a 6th there. A 4th, a 5th. Now this 5th is here is blanked, so I don't know if we can replace it, but yeah, we may want to replace that if we can. It would work as not having to be screwed in, to be honest, and it would still give the support and it would still work fine. So that'd be fine. So that's all good. So mounting points are all good. As somebody has just pointed out though in the chat, that there, that needs to go in first. So yeah, IO plate first. Yeah, we need to check all the screws are done up tight enough, and then that's why I couldn't see any mounting points in with the screws that came with the case, because there weren't any. Right, so this has a nice cushion bit on the back, nothing to pull off that, which is good. It does seem to have a really annoying little thing that is going to get in the way, so that is worrying me. This goes this way up. So what I'll do is turn the case around like this so you guys can see, and this then goes in over here. Like so. Always a pain in the butt. Always a pain in the butt. But once they're in, they're secure. That's why they're a pain in the butt. Is that in? No, that bottom corner. It's not in there. But I think that might be. Ah, there we go. So that is looking pretty much like it is in everywhere. That is all looking flush, so that is nice and good. This is a new PC for myself. Yes, I had a boot. This is the one that you guys. The reason why I'm doing this live stream is because this is the PC that you guys bought for the channel for me to continue what I'm doing. So that is awesome, and thank you very much for one. Those are all feeling nice and tight in there. So we are going to go ahead and put our motherboard into our case. So And just sort of ease that in there. Now, as I said, we only need to actually do up 8 screws. And we are all lined up. That has gone in there really smoothly and really nicely. I am so pleased about that. That is just awesome. So, yeah, we'll screw this down. So, as somebody said, we need to check our screws earlier. Screws are in here, in this bag here. Yeah, it's not missing, Richard, so much as there is a standoff there, but it's not got a hole to screw into. So we could try and put a screw into it, but we don't need to try and put a screw into it. And in fact, there is. I could take this single standoff. In fact, I'll show you guys here. So we do have the remaining standoff. So I'm tempted, actually, as we have a screw hole for it, to replace that standoff and do this properly. So I'm going to do that. So it shouldn't be too difficult to, yeah. We've not screwed anything down yet. And we're all static free, so that's all good. So we've got one in the middle here. Now this is going to be a pain because I'm not sure I have anything. I'm going to have to go and get a pair of pliers to get this out. So be right back. Right, anti-static wristband back on. And we're just going to take a pair of pliers to this. And that should just ease it enough to get it out, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. Come on. There we are. So, wow. It's actually ever so slightly bent, I think. So we'll put this one in its place, and we will mount this properly with 9 screws. Strap. There we go. So that is now properly mounted in our thing. So with that mounted, we'll get the motherboard back in the case. Will it go back in as smoothly as it did last time? The answer is yes. Yes, it will. I think. Oh, almost. Oh, we had it. We had it better last time, I think. But we are in there, and our screw holes have lined up. Yeah, so we can start screwing those down. Now, I do want to just check my I/O ports out the other side, because there is one that is slightly different, and actually, that's worked. Those have all gone in there absolutely fine. So once we do this up, that will press them up against there properly, and will look great. So I'm going to turn this back because that makes it easier. I don't know which is the easiest way for you guys to see. Or maybe that way. That way. There we go. So now you guys can see in the case a lot better. And you can see how our motherboard is mounted, which is great. There we go. So I'm going to start with this top right one because this one will hold things in the best. So we're going to find ourselves some screws. So those look like case screws. Those are way too small. I'm guessing. I'm not sure actually. Which of these? Now it either tells us with the case or with the what our mounting screws look like. Now this is an interactive PC build by the fact that I'm having trouble picking everything. So I'm just trying to tell which are which. Now it should tell me in the bits. Here we go. So, hard drive screw, M3 screw, fixing motherboards, 632 screws. So 12. So those are hard drive screws. So that's what those are. Or those are the hard drive screws. Oh no, you can't see those very well. M3 screws, 632 screws. Okay. We have many more screws. Oh no, we have 12. 12, 12, and 12. 12, 12, and 12. There we go. So I've just got to tell the difference between the two. So the 6. We want the ones with the larger of the two bits. Which to me, okay, that is useless, is what that is. I think it's probably, I think those are SS, I think those are mounting screws. 104 likes, awesome. Thank you, Ryan Laura. You know what? These screws, they don't match. They don't match anything. So I am going to go with either of these. I'm going to go with those ones, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go with these ones. Hexagonal head. Okay. Epsom is trying to update. Go away. So my choice of screws, oh, where's my camera, is either that one, which, focus, no, that one, or that one. One with a slightly rounded head, one with a flat head. Those are the two screws I've got, neither of which match what I have. So it's either flat head or rounded head. Oh, hexagonal. Oh, right. Well, they're both sort of hexagonal. Hi, Tyler C. I'm at a bit of a loss either way. Go big or go home. They're the same size. Also, no washers, which is the other thing that I find odd. All previous times I've done a... There really is nothing else I've missed, is there? There's nothing else I've missed. That is all the screws and everything I've got. 5-sided around the screw head. Yeah, there isn't one of those. They're both sort of 6-sided and slightly rounded, which is completely unhelpful. I mean, it could conceivably. Well, it's the fatter one. It's the fatter one. It's the fatter ones. It's the fatter ones. I'm using the wrong screw. Do a custom shell with. I really would like to. One of the things I've been trying to start discussing with Ortho was the possibility of customizing the case, which I think would be fantastic. Now we'll just go in here now. No. think I need the bigger screwdriver for this job. Yeah, bigger screws. Definitely the bigger screws. Right, so we'll go in this bottom one here. It's the fatter screw, yeah. That's what I thought. Well, the fact that they're actually screwing in is kind of a giveaway. Right. Oh, wow, this one is going to be nasty. Oh, no. Where are the tweezers? Where are my tweezers? There are my tweezers. Oh. There we go. That's out. Whew. Have to light up yellow. Getting this screw in, not fun. Right in the top, right above the heatsink. And I can't get my fingers in because I have sausage fingers. There we go. But importantly, it is in. Right, so that is our 4 end screws. We're going to put the middle ones in now. I'm actually going to put in the real git. This is the one that is going to hurt because it's the last one was nasty. This one, oh wow, that one went in way too easy. Magnetic tips work great. Yeah. We're not doing too bad, Richard. You guys are giving me some good pointers. It's been, do you know what? It's been about 6 years since I built a PC. So as a result, it's, yeah. It's all coming back. It's also remembering how frustrating this gets. But actually, this case, one of the nice things about it is that it has so much space in it that I'm not too worried. Boom goes. I'm good, thank you. We've got no electricity in this yet. Right, on that. Right, so right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 screws. All done and dusted and in. Whew, so that is that bit done. So what I'd like to do now, I think it's wise for us to start looking at connecting up some of these bits. Hello, Reese. Hello, welcome along. So let's let's have a look and see what we can connect up on this. So we've not got a power supply in yet, so I'm not going to worry about that. We've got in here, along in this row here, I'll show you here, really nice sort of rubber bits where we can bring cables through from the other side, and a lot of space on the back of this. So what I'm going to do now is take this and turn it like so, and I think we'll angle this camera up a little bit. Which is going to be easy for you guys to see, not so easy for me to see. Right, and we have a fair amount of cable management. We've got some nice cable management along the back here. Now, at the moment, what the cable management is held in by, I'll move my old PC's sides, I've got one, is this. So we've got this twisty tie type stuff holding these in on the other side. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to take them off. I'm going to redo the cable management and everything where I want it and where I need it, and then we're going to have a look after that and see where we've got to do our cable management. Because as nice as all the cable management is on here at the moment, it may not be the final location. But there's some really good cable management stuff on the back of this. It's really quite nice. So we will redo this cable management at some point, but we do need to sort of sort out where everything's going first. So we need to work out what all these bits are. So we've got our various headers here. So we've got USB header, because at the top of this we've got two USB 3s and a USB. So we want to connect all of those up. So we need to find out where those are. And then, so I've got USB 3s and a single USB. So those need to come through, and onto the motherboard. We have, what have we got here? So these are our headers. So these are our controllers for our reset and our start, our hard drive lights, and bits like that. What is that? I'm guessing. Oh, that's a SATA controller. That's interesting. I'm not sure what that connects to, but that's interesting. We have that's fan control. So we've got our fan controllers wires here. So I'll re-sort those out in a minute. And this, I believe, is probably that's a header for fan control. So that's good as well. And then, is that another USB? That might be another USB, which is interesting, because I didn't know there was another USB on the front. So that's good. So we've got all that to connect up. So these are the two wires that I want to keep around the back here and try and get untangled from this other stuff at the moment, because these are the fan header, or the fan ones that are remaining behind the back for now. And what I'm going to do is we're going to have a turn around and we're going to have a look at the front of this. So looking through here, I've got SATA connectors there, which can be useful for our hard drives. Fan header there. I'm just looking for the USB stuff. There we go. So we've got USB connectors down the bottom, I think. USB. Looks like a couple of USB 2 headers and various bits down the bottom. So we need to get, certainly our USB connectors, those need to come down the bottom. So we'll move the fan one out of the way. So this one, I think, wants to come down here. It could be, that's what I'm thinking, which I'm thinking the SATA connector is RGB. Now that must be the USB 3. So I'm going to bring that through as well. And then we also want these, because these are our front panel connectors. So those want to come through here too. And get all these along the bottom, and then I think that is another USB 2 connector. So there seems to be two USB 2s on the front of this. I don't see them. But that is, oh no, HD audio. So that is the audio connector, is what that one is. And that is the USB 2. So we've got a couple of USB 2 headers here. USB, right, USB 3 header. That is there. So that plugs in for that. USB 2 header. That will go in that one there. Now, this here, what I think we can do, one of the nice things about this little extender is we can take this and put all of our bits on here and then just insert it on. So what we got is we got the HD audio here. That will go on maybe not. That does not match. Speaker ground. Yeah, that does not match. What it does match is what's down. What does it even? No, it does not. So let's connect these up. Because no, that HD audio does not go on there. Not at all. So reset switch. Ground and reset. Now, does this have plus and minus marked on it? It does not, which is not helpful at all. Power switch. Right, that is reset. Which goes on there like that. That is power, which goes on there like that. That is the HD LED plus and minus. Right, okay. So the others don't actually matter, but it gives you an idea based on these ones going on. Leave speaker for now, yeah. Yep. Power LED plus goes there. And power LED minus goes there. Like so. So that is that block. Yeah, the HD audio, I think the HD audio does go. Actually, no, it doesn't fit. Anywhere, look at this doesn't fit. Power LED, yeah. Okay. So, this then goes back on here this way around, I think. Yep, like that. And there we go. So that is all connected up. Whew. There we are. Yeah, HD audio does have its own header. So I'm just looking at where that could be. Looking for something that matches this layout. And I think that one there does. So I'm just going to check the motherboard and check the layout and just see 16 front panel audio connector. There we go. So yeah, the HD audio that goes down here on that one there. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lay this down for this because I'm struggling a little bit to get that right. This is just like a giant jigsaw puzzle. where you're afraid of breaking any of the pieces. Right, that is on there. That is done. Right, good. Right, fantastic. So that is our front panel connected up, along with our, yeah, in fact that's our entire front panel connected up. So I'm just going to pull these back through so that we get as little wires this side as possible, and so that they're all nicely out of the way. There we go. What we'll do in a minute is we'll cable tie all of that up and do that. So there we go. That's that done. Yes, exactly. It is all keyed to only going one way. So that's all good. Right. So that is that done. All I need to do next, I think actually we're in a position where we could probably get either our graphics card in or start looking at our power supply or our hard drives. I think we're going to have a look at the hard drives next. Now we do have a hard drive stuff down here. We have a hard drive bay on the back here, and we have a second one we can install as well. So I'm going to bring this around here and take this hard drive bay out. Those are some tight screws. Now we have 3 hard drives going in here, although I only have 2 at the moment, so I'm probably going to have to get the third at some point. The third is actually, we've only got 250 gig on our, how easy is this to come out? It comes out fairly easily. Now the interesting thing is, so we've got that there, and we've got this another hard drive bay. Where does this fit? Where does this? Does this go in here like this? Yeah, that's exactly where that goes. Okay, that's good. So yeah, we do have 3 hard drives. So I'm going to hold this. So this hard drive bay, we're going to hold back. We're going to use this later. It would actually give more air to breathe for these hard drives if we were not to put them in the same thing. But to be honest, we're going to be putting 3 in here eventually anyway, so why not? 32 gig, yeah, no, 3000 megahertz we went for in the end. So this is my file drive. This holds some really precious stuff in it, to be honest. So we want to be careful slotting this in. So we've got this hard drive here. This is the one that holds sort of a lot of stuff that we use all the time. And mount that in here. Power supply, why ortho? Why power supply next? Riser, okay. I thought my reading suggested it supported up to 3600. Or 3200, sorry, not 36. Which is why I went for the 3000. You have no idea what I'm at. Whoa. So that is our first hard drive mounted. Let's mount our second, which is our 3 terabyte. So this one is the one that all the video is pure video editing drive. So this is where all of our videos will be recorded to going forwards, and where all of our editing will happen. I partly copied across all of my videos so far, so there's a little bit more copying to do this, but I'm going to do it overclock. Okay, it's going to be Okay, we'll get the power supply. The reason why I'm going to have to switch what I'm connected to with my wristband, so I have to take my watch off and switch wristband because currently I'm connected to the power supply we're going to install in this. It does have cables going to everything else. That is a good point. Okay, so we will get a look at the power supply next. I was going to install everything and then install the power supply because it had cables going everywhere. And because at the moment, then we're not worried about those cables getting in the way, because it has the most cables to get in the way. But we can have a go. We'll put the power supply in. If that's the way we want to go in chat. That's the way we'll go in chat. Okay. So I might have to do a little bit of overclocking on the RAM. Right, there we go. So that is our hard drives in their caddy. But we're going to follow Auto's suggestion now. Is PSU first. Right, okay. So PSU goes into this block here, and what I'm going to do, as I say, because I'm currently connected to the PSU with this, because you have to be grounded with this. It's no point if you're not connected into something. I'm going to ground myself on my old PC this time. So we'll take this and we will ground ourselves on the case of my old PC. So now we're coming across here like this, and yeah, we will now insert power supply. Woo! So we'll bring this back down a bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. One of the nice things about these screws is they only come so far out, so they don't come all the way out of the case. There we go, and here is our power supply. So this is the Corsair that I had in my old machine. There we go. That lines everything up. So those, not those, those. Well, those should do it. Where are the other screws that I had? There they are. Yeah. So these are for mounting the PSU. I've got a lot of these for mounting the PSU, but that's fine. There we go. So this is a semi-modular power supply. Most of its cables. Wait. Those screws are not big enough. I don't think I have enough of these. Yeah, there we go. Oh, maybe I do. Maybe I do. No, I don't. No, I don't. This is a 600. When I did it on PC Parts Picker, the recommendation was at least a 400. Hey, Etch. Well, yeah, Etch. The thing is, if I don't have an anti-static band, then I'm not doing best practice. So yeah, you have. If to be perfectly honest, if I wasn't doing this on a live stream, I would not be wearing an anti-static band, which I probably shouldn't say. But yeah, I only have the anti-static band because I'm doing this on a live stream. Right, so I'm actually a screw short for this, which not much I can do about, to be honest. We didn't get any others with this, so I might go and quickly have a look, see if I have a spare screw, something that I can screw this in with. Because, yeah, I need one. Yeah, I like to keep a lot of spare screws about. What does the blue band really do? It makes sure that I don't statically discharge on the with any components, and therefore ensures we have one silver screw on the back of this. But I can't really help that because for some reason I don't have enough screws to mount this. But hey ho, right, that screw might do the trick. It vaguely matches the others. Nope, that's too small. Okay, I'm going to have something a little bigger and a little bit uglier to do this. So I'm tempted actually to replace all four if I'm going to go big and ugly. Yeah, I'm going to replace all four. It's practice to use one. Yeah, exactly. So the thing is, if you're on a live stream, if you're doing this on a live stream, you need to be doing best practice. You need to be doing what you should be at all times. This live stream could go on pretty late. It's gone 11 o'clock. So yeah, as I say, I'm going 4 ugly screws because I don't have pretty screws. And I want them all to match. I do want them all to match. Does it have to be on your wrist? Easiest place is on your wrist, to be honest. You could put it around your ankle. I don't see why not. But you might get restricted, especially if it might be a little bit more hassle. That was incredible. Yes. Right, there we go. So we are now ready to put our power supply in our case. So I'm actually going to lay the case down for this. Ooh. I'm going to feed this through. Actually, this is not wise. I should not have laid that case down. Let's keep the case up because I can actually more easily get access to everything if I do that. There we go. So, power supply in that. Now that is upside down, but that should be right, I think. Do I want to? That's the thing. I think I want to. Yeah, I do want to mount what appears to be upside down. You use the strap, don't you? Neck is good. Right, there we go. So that is the power supply. We're now going to bring this cable up through the back here because this is our ATX cable. Bring that through here and then bring it round because you guys can't actually see this. There we go. Bring that round and plug it onto our motherboard here. Doing this in a way that trying to demonstrate it to people is a pain. Ooh. No, I'm doing okay, William. This is actually going as PC builds. This is actually going pretty well. Right, there we go. That has clipped on. So again, we pull the excess back as much as we can. And keep that nice and tidy on that side. Right, so next we have, the other thing we have is we have the cable for our ATX, or with the, yeah, a bit at the top here. So we'll bring that through here and clip that on in there like so. And then that's nice and tidy out of the way as well. Woo! Yeah, it did click. It has clicked on. Right, so that is those two cables down there. So we have got this mass of other cables here. Now these are our ones to do the powers. We actually are not going to need that many. We want to connect up. Yeah, we now want to put back in the hard drives that we mounted a moment ago. There's not a lot actually going into this case, to be honest. So, oh, now for anybody who just saw that, my strap pinged off. Right. So, we need to mount these. So, we want power supplies on them. Like so, and like ooh. So, and actually what I'm going to do, because we know we've got one going slightly further up, these two I'm going to put, so these two I'm going to put on this a little bit further down the run, like that, because I know I've got another power cable coming in. Alright, I know I've got another hard drive going in, and then I'm going to insert that in there, like so. And do these screws up. Like so. Oh, actually, putting these power bits on first is probably not a good idea, because I can't actually get at this final screw. So take those off, screw those in. I think those are all screwed in. Yeah. Right. Woo. Then doesn't matter which of these I use actually. I think I have a ton of spare cables for this power unit, because it being modular has lots and lots of options. So that one on first, that one on second. There we go. Those off to the side. We'll run this. Probably, yeah, probably have to run that elsewhere. And this is the trouble. This is kind of why I want to do the power supply, because I've now got to get in here. Try and connect these up. Now you guys can't see this, but yeah, that's a pain. Right. Hopefully that then can just run down there and be wonderfully out of the way. Okay, next up, we need somewhere around here. We pulled out a pair of SATA cables earlier on. Now we are going to need those. There they are. So we've got these now. SATA cables. Cut my head off. Cuts my head off. Like this. Only use the cables you need. Absolutely. Right, so I am going to need more SATA cables. Now, I do have some other SATA cables. These ones will be fine. Right, now our SATA points Oh wow, we got a lot of SATA points on here. 1 and 2 are down the bottom. So I'm going to take those through. Through here. Put that through there. And then the SATA points 1 and 2. Those are those two. The bottom 2 grey ones. So we're going to insert this into there. Like so. And pull the cable back. And then we're going to do... It's got all twisted. We're going to do the same then with the other ones. Can we pull that through there in such a way? Yeah, there. So that's nicely through there. In actual fact, that one does not want to begin that one. The reason why this has an angled one, and I was wondering this, so we've got an angled one here as well. DJ streaming as well. It's good to I'm not playing Farm Sim tonight. Then really, no, that is not actually going to go in there. So my thought on that is wrong. I actually come down here and switch these round. So that goes in there, this goes in here, and those two can then loop together back round. Yeah, that works better. And this one goes in this bottom slot, the other way round in that bottom slot, like so, and this one goes on top. There we are. Now that actually doesn't work best because we're mingled up with another cable. Push that through there, that. And there we go. That actually then keeps our 2 SATA cables running together. Although not perfectly together. In fact, I don't even know how that's happened as it has. Oh, it's the lower ones. Right, I want to make sure. So the reason I am disconnecting these is because I want to make sure that these two run as a pair from their location back to where they're coming through. Because then we can just tie them together and that makes the whole thing easier on us. And we come to our cable management in a bit. Right, there we go. So that is working very nicely. Yeah, those are going to come down here. And be well out of the way. Fantastic. Right, so that's 2 hard drives in. I think that we're left with just 1 item, as far as I can figure. And that is this. One nice Asus 1060 3GB video card. Hello, Liam Biggood. Welcome along. So we need 2 slots. So I'll show you here. We need two rows in this. So we'll take 2 rows out of here. This being a decent case, you have to screw these ones out. So now I think, looking at this, line this up. We don't need to take the top one out. We need to take the next 2 out. So unscrew this. The airflow in this PC is going to be amazing. Hello, it's Le Fermi aujourd'hui. Welcome along. Ooh. I still install Windows on this. I'm not doing that this stream. I will say that. We will see if it posts. Yeah, we're not going to install Windows on it tonight. I will do that tomorrow. Right, so that's those 2 out. let's insert this in. We need to make sure our catch is open actually first. And then push in our video card. Fantastic. Right. And then screw it back in. Nice things about the screws in this case is they are finger screws first as well. So it's really easy to get the screws back in. I'm good, thank you. Well, I tried to test a new PC in the live stream. Yeah. Well, we should be back live streaming Farm Sim on this new machine on Sunday. By then I should know if it works because I got to do some recording over the weekend, which is why I'm kind of desperate to get this machine up and running. There we go. Right. Whew. That is everything in the machine. So all we need to do now, I think it's everything in the machine. That should be. Oh, no, that isn't everything. What we need to do is we still need to connect up the power. We need power. Infinite power. Now, I don't have, interestingly, a power cable for my video card. So, where that is, I'm not 100% sure. Power! We need more power. So I'm just looking over my old machine, just making sure that we've not left a cable in it that we need. But it doesn't seem... Ah! No, we haven't. Here it is. This is the cable we are after. Right, PCIe cable. So this is the one that we want. We need to make sure that that hooks together at the end. Plug. Oh, no, we don't want that hooking together at the end. It's only a 3-pin, this one. That on there like so. I'm actually going to send it through here. Like that. And therefore get that out there. Oh, that's going to come off. And then once again, look at the mess of cable we have around here. We have a slot for it in here. PCIe, I can see it down the bottom. And it's just, this is the fiddly bit. This is why. There we go. That's the PCIe. This is why my original plan was to pull all these power cables, because this is modular. Pull all these power cables through here and then install the thing. Yeah, it's 6 plus 2, so there's nowhere for the 2 to go, so it's just the 6. Right, we don't need these because we actually have fewer drives in the new one. Well, we don't, but we've got 2 NVMe drives, so yeah, kind of cancels things out. Right, so there we go. All we've left to do is our cable management on the back, because I do think that is everything. I think that is actually everything. The only things we took out of the old machine were a couple of hard drives, power supply, and video card. That is sorted. So we've got video card, power supplies in. We've got a couple of hard drives. We've got our 2 new NVMe drives, which we're going to be putting our operating system on. So what we're going to do now... Well, yes, Richard, that was my point. But if you see, no, it's not too bad Sunday dinner. Right, so we are going to do some cable management now. We're going to take the back of this. And we're going to sort of just try and collect our cables up. Anything that we have that is unused, we kind of want to move out of the way. We've got a fan header here, actually. I think this needs to be plugged into the motherboard, because this will power our fans, quite frankly. Now we do have shaft fan 3. I think, looking at the motherboard, there are fan headers towards the back of it, but I think there's one right here at the front that this fits on. No, actually it doesn't. Where does this go? Right, because this is a controller for the fans. Yeah. So I'm guessing, I'm not quite sure. I am not sure at all. Chaff, that's what I thought, Richard, but the header on it, so I don't know if you guys can see this. It's got pins, not not holes. So it won't actually go on chart fan 1. And I can't see anywhere that it actually clips into on the motherboard. Which is interesting. Yeah, be quiet, 140mm fans. This SATA connector is power. This is power for the fans. That's for a controller, a fan controller. This is power for the fans. That's what this is. It's not RGB. So we do need to find one of our spare SATA connectors here, which thankfully we have one, and plug it in. Otherwise our fans aren't going to work. Like so. There we go. That's where I was going wrong with that. Right, so let's have a look at our cables. So ideally, I want to bring all these cables up across here before they go down into that. So that's our first thing. And I'm just going to bring this one back. And so what we'll do is we'll put a cable tie on here so that we tie those there. Now I do have a pack of cable ties here somewhere. Where did I put my pack of cable ties? Right, there they are. Well, yeah. No, I was actually planning to put the power in last, because then I could plug it all in, get it all threaded, and then pull it all back. I wasn't thinking power first, I was thinking power last. Right, so we'll get these up on here, like so. And then there's another one there, so I'm going to get that up on there. This is where the beauty of a machine that nobody's ever going to see the inside of comes in. Because this is not a windowed machine we're building. That's why I'm not worried about any RGB on it at all. Right. Then we're going to bring this down here like that. That wants to go in there. This is where this bit down the bottom, that is going to be really difficult. We're going to have to sort of try and get everything under control there. Yeah. We're going to get a lot of this is going to go into that. bay in front of that. Right, so what we want to do now is, ideally, have these bits come down here and tie those in. That's because I'm a doofus. What's that on my wrist? That is an anti-static wristband. It's there to protect the PC and make sure I don't give it static discharge, because the last thing I want in a live stream is to wreck the equipment. Right, there we go. And we might put another one on there in a minute. I'm going to cut these in a moment. I want to get them all in and make sure they're all in the right place first. Right, so we've got a lot of stuff going into there. Now, I don't want to push it all back through, of course. So we need to make sure that we've got it all coming through as much as possible. And then work out where we're going to thread it. So it's all going to go towards the side here. Now, anything I can send down, I will send down. Yeah, like that. And anything that I can't, I won't. So there's a few bits that we might have to poke back through. I want to avoid having huge amounts of cable. So like this, I want to avoid having a massive amount of cable like that through there. So we'll pull that back a bit. We should be able to pull all of this up a bit actually, and maybe put another one in there. But it's just cable management, good looking cable management is hard. It really is. Right, that should do that. All of that quite nicely. Now, I want to make sure that this is as flat as possible. There's plenty of space along here, but it's just, yeah, that is not as great as I'd want it to be. How would I rate it? Hi, Rabbitman 39. Hey, Lancey boy. Hello, Darren Lynch. Welcome along. Right, so what I might do is trying to get. This is the first time I've done serious cable management, and it really isn't as easy as it looks. They make it look so easy. They really do. I don't mind having a few cables on the other side, but that is just. That is just a ridiculous amount of extra gumph we have on this side. Right, okay, we're beginning to sort this out. So that wants to go into there as well. Like so. There we are. That's better. Right, and it is down there. Where'd that go? Oh, it went inside. I don't want that to go inside. Come on. Yeah, Mum. Okay, we'll go the other way. There we go. That is not as pretty as I would like, but does the trick. There we go. And then just going to put one around there as well. I know, Nancy. The trouble is, I'm not looking at the screen that much, and this stream has not been one where I've done an awful lot of chatting to chat. So, hey, Lancey boy, thanks for joining us. Glad you've been here the whole stream. Oh, that merch video was, yeah. If I'm better than that, I'm happy. Right, so there we go. So we have we have got ourselves in a pretty good position. We got some nice tidy cable management on the back here. We got ourselves a pretty nicely built machine on the other side. I'm happy with that. That's good. Whew, this should post. Yeah, this should post. I want to thank you guys for your help because you've been awesome. And we've got somewhere with this. So should we see if this machine will post? Moment of truth, I think let's hook a I've got a PS2 keyboard, so we'll use that for this. I'm just going to snip these bits off, just to sort of tidy things up a bit before we close up the case. I'm not going to close up the case quite yet. Considering we started at 9:30, that's a 2-hour PC build. That is not bad at all. I'm quite pleased with that, especially considering I had to take. Considering this is the second PC I basically built this evening, because I took my first one apart and rebuilt it so that we could get the stream going. Wow. Anyway, so there we go. That is the machine built. What I'm going to do now is I have a power cable here. I'm going to hook it up to this monitor. So I'm going to switch over. I might switch over to my phone or something just to see what's happening with the stream. But yeah, let's see if this machine actually posts. Oh. So monitor in. And we do have an HDMI connection here. We can plug into our monitor that we're using for the stream, which is why everything's just gone a bit funny for you guys. We've got power. Power supply is off. That's good. Just gonna go and get a keyboard. So yeah, basic old. I've got given this basic old keyboard here. So we will we'll just open this up. I say old keyboard. They were giving these away, but it is PS2, so I know that we can get up the we can get the BIOS using this. I did not just drop a knife on the floor, nearly admit it. This is not my new keyboard for my machine. This is a backup keyboard I have. Because this would not be great. Am I using DisplayPort? I will be using DisplayPort. I will also be using because I have 4 monitors. I use multiple outputs from my PC. So they all go out to DVI. Though is the only thing at the moment. Right. So we have got a PS2 port on the back here that we can plug that in. So very basic setup there. We've got video, we've got everything. So I'm going to bring the stream up on my phone so that I can see you. Bring the stream up. There we go. So I'm just going to mute that. Actually, mute that. Because we're using the same monitor. So yeah. There we go. Right. Let's see if she will post. Change my input. HDMI. Right, here we go. Power on. And Oh, I have lights on the inside. The motherboard has lit up. I think. I have power. I have no beeps. And I have nothing on my monitor. Oh, yes, we have. We have. New CPU installed. Please set up configure, run F1. Yes, it is here. It is booting. I have. So I will show you guys with this. There we go. We have built a PC. It is working. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with that. That's awesome news. So as that's posted, I'm gonna bring that. I'm gonna change my input back. But yeah. So there we are. That is that is basically what we were aiming to do. Where are you? There you are. Right. So yeah, there we go. New PC is built. I need to get Windows onto this. I am not going to be doing that tonight because that's at least another couple hours. But she's on, she's posting, and we're good to go. So hopefully by Sunday night's live stream, this will be fully up and running, and it'll be good. Rear fan is turning. Rear fan is spinning. Yeah, both fans are spinning, and I've got the sides off, so both fans aren't spinning. She is so quiet. So that's it. All that remains, because there's no outro screens or anything on this. I'm going to switch to the main camera. So there we go. So yeah, there we go. PC built. I'm happy. It's all great. I've still got a hard drive to put in it, so I'll be putting that in at some point. But yeah, it works. It works. I will see you all on Sunday stream. There is a video ready to go tomorrow and a video ready to go on Sunday, so please go check that out. And yeah, from Sunday we will be up and running on the new machine. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time when we're going to be using the new PC.